None of us promoted, advocated that. But when people try to say like we're supposed to mourn the same way they mourn, hey man, did you do that when Trayvon Martin was killed? You know, do you even know who Tamir Rice is? You know, Ahmaud Arbery. You know, we talking about just a little basic thing. There's a host of other names I could lay out for you. You know, Alton Sterling, Lando Castile. I mean, we can go on and on and on. You know, Laquan McDonald, Sandra Bland. You know, we can go on and on. You know,
but you know what, Bobby? We can go back. We can go back even a little bit further in order to make them get up off their feet or out of their seats and do something for the good of black people in this country. We have to bring it to you, to your living rooms, to your face. Miss Till had to open that casket and let you see Emmett Till in order for you to have any kind of empathy in your heart. We had to make sure that it gets on the news that you see these people at the Edmund Pettus Bridge being hosed down and in the streets of Birmingham and everywhere else being hosed down and police dogs are attacking them. It has to get that brutal to George Floyd have to be looked at calling his mother in order for it. And you want for us to grieve like you? Bobby, I don't even understand why this whole thing with Kirk is being called an assassination, number one. And why is it even being called political violence? This guy wasn't a politician. If you're calling it political violence, people, then that means that you know that Kirk was out here talking political on these college campuses and everywhere else. If you're saying that it's political violence, should we be on college campuses talking political and don't nobody even know that that's what you're doing? So, Bobby, like I said, all we have to do is just be quiet in this moment, be quiet in this space, talk to each other and listen to them with a third ear. And I believe every single answer that we've ever looked for in these times, because I believe that so many, we both have the rapture, what was that, last week or week before last? So I believe that so many people so many non-melanated people are believing that they are losing it. They are losing their power, their privilege. And I think all we have to do is just be quiet. They will prove every single thing that we have been saying for over 400 years. They are proving it every single day in what I believe they believe are the last days of their power and privilege.
Well, I mean, you know, and this before we wrap things up.
Yes, sir.
One last part. But Breonna Taylor, and you know, we talk about 4 little girls that were killed on Sunday school, just going to Sunday school's church service in Birmingham. You know, did you grieve? Did you grieve like we did? You know, that's the kind of things that we want to turn around and say, hey, look, man, you know, nobody is saying that someone deserved to die, you know, for expressing their beliefs or whatever their opinions were. But you can't force feed me to worship somebody. I'm not going to, well, worship is the right word, to revere someone who never respected my race or my people or my gender, you know, as a black male. You can't expect me to want to all of a sudden grieve the same way that you did, that you want to, but at the same time, you don't want to acknowledge him being accountable for what he said, because he wasn't going to change, that at least from what we saw. You know, he was going to continue to spout the same stuff on campus to campus to campus to campus. So, you know, that kind of stuff where you want to force feed someone to feel the same way you do, we're not falling for it. We're not falling for it.